lovelies, welcome back. It's your girl Katie here, and today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my current favorite makeup products. So I haven't done one of these videos in a really long time, so I thought it was about time for an updated current favorites. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. So to no further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so just to let you guys know, I'm going to be doing this in categories. So I'm going to be starting with foundation first, and I didn't limit myself to only having one favorite from each category. I just honestly just picked my favorites from each category and just put them in front of me. So some of them may only have one or two, or some categories may be missing. I don't have a category for mascara because honestly I just don't have a favorite mascara right now. I have mascaras that I'm using, but I don't really have any that I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite. I just like, yeah, they're okay. So I'm just going to be going through each and every one and just telling you guys, yeah, this is my favorite. So that's how I'm going to be doing it. So let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, starting off with foundation first, I have 3 in this category. These 3 right here. So first one I have right here is from ColourPop, and this is their Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. This is in the shade Light 45W. So I really like this one. I think this, I have another ColourPop one. It's another Pretty Fresh one, but that one is more, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's in like a squeezy tube thing with a pump. Anyways, I had that one. I liked that one for a really long time, but then I came across this one, and I like this one much better because this one has a bit more coverage. The other one I would say is almost like a very light, almost like a BB cream kind of product. Like you kind of can build it up, but not very well. But this one here I can build up fairly decent. I wouldn't say it's like heavy coverage, but it's a good medium coverage. So I have this one, and then recently I've come across this one that I got in a BoxyCharm box. This is the Hyde Medium Full Coverage Foundation. It's in the shade Porcelain, and I really, really like this one. This one kind of surprised me. I didn't think I was going to like it just because I've never heard of the brand or anything, so I was like, give it a shot. But yeah, I really like it. This is actually what I'm wearing today for my foundation. Yeah, I'm just really pleased with it. I will say it's more of just a medium coverage, and I would say that it doesn't really build up to full coverage. Like you can kind of build up in some areas, but I don't think it's one of those ones that you can really build up very well without it starting to get cakey. So just an FYI there. I don't know. The reason why I really like it is you just don't feel it on your face. For me personally, I don't feel it on my face right now. Like sometimes you can kind of, like, oh, I can feel like there's something laying, especially if you build it up. Some foundations, you'd be like, if you try to build it up, you can feel it. But this one, I don't know, it just sinks into my skin really well. I will say that it's, like I said, the coverage is not, it's not bad, but it's not like the best coverage ever. Like sometimes I can still see like little pimples that maybe it kind of covered, but not completely. Does that make any sense? Like it does a really good job of taking all the red out of my face, like just my natural reddish face, but when it comes to pimples, like you can always still see them just a little bit. But it doesn't bug me because lately, I don't know, I've been kind of going for that more natural coverage, like where it takes away the majority of the red, but if a little peeks through, it doesn't really bug me. But that's just my personal preference. Alright, moving on, then we have, now, this one is, it's not the most expensive foundation that I've ever seen out there, but it is pricey compared to what I normally like. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. And I got this in one of my BoxyCharm boxes, which I was so excited to have gotten. This is in the shade 1 Natural. But I have to say, this is a really nice foundation. And I may someday, if I ever run out of it, and I don't have any other foundations, I may consider repurchasing this. Because I don't know, I just really like how it looks on the skin. That's all I have to really say about it. So this one that I've heard so much about, I actually think is worth the hype and the attention that it got. There's that. Alright, so that's foundation. Moving on to concealers now. I only have 2 in this category, and they're both basically the same product. So I have the e.l.f. Camo Concealers here. So I have the 16-hour Camo Concealer, and then I have the Hydrating Camo Concealer in Satin Finish. This one's in light sand, and then this one's in fair beige. I think I prefer the light sand one over the fair beige, but I can get them both to work. So yeah, I just really like these. I will say I believe that the camo concealers, at least this one here, the 16-hour wear one, is, I would say, consider it to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. I have both of them, and I have to say they're pretty close. Not exact dupes maybe, but this one is pretty close to the Shape Tape one. So Shape Tape one, the Tarte Shape Tape did used to be my favorite, but since I found these, I would just go and buy these because they're so much cheaper. But when it comes to the both of them, I think, like I said, I do prefer this one. Not that this one's bad, but I really don't notice much of a difference between the hydrating one and the 16-hour camo one. If anything, I think this one has a little bit more coverage than this one. But yeah, these are good. I like them, and I will always just repurchase these when it comes to concealers because, yeah, I just really like them. Alright, powders. I have two in this category. So this one is from Fenty. This is the Pro Filter setting powder in the shade Butter. I do really like this. It is, I'm not going to open it just because it has powder on top and I don't want to spill it. But anyways, I was pretty pleased with this. It is a very nice, fine powder, which I really do like. I will say it is scented, but not heavily scented, but it does have a fragrance. It's not bad. I don't mind it, but I know some people are like fragrance sensitive. Yeah, it doesn't linger on the face, thankfully, but when you're applying it, you can just smell it. But I've not noticed it after I apply it. It's just in the process of putting it on. I smell it. And then I have an older one that I've had for a really long time, but I still think is a really good one. And this is the Airspun Loose Face Powder. You can get this on Amazon for like $6 or something, and this thing is pretty good size, and I've had this for several years. Granted, I do have other setting powders that I kind of frequently will just rotate and go through, so it's not like I've had this for, 5 years and have been consistently using it, and I still haven't gone through it, but I do really think this is a nice one. But again, this is one that is pretty fragrant. This one's more fragrant, I believe, than the Fenty one, but I do really like this powder. I think it's a really nice powder, so those are my favorites there. So moving on, then we're going to move on to brows. Again, two products in this category. So first one is from CoverGirl. This is the Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Soft Brown. I just used this up, but I have to say this is one of my favorite drugstore brow product when it comes to brow pencils or brow. Yeah, I guess you can call this a pencil. Yeah, this will be the product that I will buy over and over again because I just really like it. I like how tiny the little pencil is. I like how easy it goes on, blends out, perfect, perfect shade for me. So I really like this one. By the way, I did, for the most part, go through each product that I have before me and tried to see if they're either discontinued or if they're still available. I'll tell you if something is discontinued because as I was going through them, I found one or two that have been discontinued, unfortunately, but I'll give you an FYI, I'll tell you. But so far, the ones that I've showed are still available, from what I could tell. Alright, so I really like this one, and then I also, I was a kind of a disbeliever when it came to this product here because everyone hyped it up, everyone talked about it, they said it's the best product in the world, and I was just like, yeah, right, It's just one of those things that everyone always hypes up a product and then you try it yourself and you're like, not that great. But this one, I will say, is one that I wish I'd gotten on the bandwagon a little bit sooner, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. This is in the shade Dark Brown, and yeah, although I haven't used a ton of it yet because I'm actually trying to go through all of my other brow products before I start dipping into this more frequently because I know that these two products are it for me. I don't need any other brow products. I've tried plenty and these are the ones that I really enjoy using, so I'm gonna just stick with them. Why would I try other products? I mean, if I get stuff in my BoxyCharm boxes, which I don't know if it's still considered BoxyCharm. Is it Ipsy now or is it BoxyCharm? I don't know. I'm still calling it BoxyCharm. But anyways, if I get products in my boxes, my subscription boxes, sure, I'll use them. But I'm not going to go out and buy brow products aside from these two anymore just because I found what I like. So yeah, the brow pomade is definitely a really good product. I really enjoyed it and was impressed with it. And just with how little it takes to do my brows with it. It's just, yeah, definitely worth the hype. So there's that. Alright, moving on to bronzer. I have 3 in this category, and one of them has unfortunately been discontinued, and I didn't know that till I looked it up today. It's not been discontinued. The brand no longer exists. The brand shut down, and I was really sad to see that because I really like this bronzer. But anyways, alright, so first up, don't worry, it's not this one. I'll tell you which one it is. Anyways, first bronzer I really enjoy is the LYS bronzer. This is the No Limits Matte Bronzer, and I have it in the shade Light. There it is. Yeah, I don't know, I really like how this one looks. It was really easy to apply, and yeah, just really like it. So there's that one. This one is the one that the brand no longer exists anymore, and I was really disappointed. This one's from Vesca, and this is their Kiss by Sarantine Soft Matte Bronzing Powder. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the brand. I looked them up, and they said, I saw that on their website that they had an announcement that they were closing down, and I was really sad. But yeah, if you can still get this somewhere, because I know that they were selling these on BoxyCharm, like you could still buy them like in their drop shops. I'll have to see if they have it now in the Ipsy when they have a drop shop there, because I probably will pick up a couple more of these since the brand, you can't buy them anymore. But yeah, I really like this bronzer. It's what I'm wearing today. But yeah, I didn't know that the brand shut down. I was really sad to hear that. Alright, and then the last bronzer that currently my favorite is this one from Iconic London, which you can still get. This in the LYS you can get still. This is in the shade medium bronze. Yeah, it's just a really great bronzer. That's all I really have to say about it. Which I feel like I'm going to say over and over because I'm showing you all my current favorites. But these are the products that I'm liking. Alright, moving on to blush. I have 4 products in here. 2 of them have been my favorites for a while, and then the other 2 have been recent favorites because honestly, as I was looking through my blushes, again, I thought, like, I like blush, I love blush, but when it came to like looking at them, I was just like, which ones are my favorite? You know, like I have a lot of blushes and I do enjoy them, but I'm just like, I can't really pick like, oh, these are my favorites. So this one was a bit of a struggle category for me. But anyways, I do really like these 2 here from ColourPop. Unfortunately, I don't think you can get this exact shade anymore. This shade I saw you could still currently get on the ColourPop website, and it was in stock as I'm telling you this. I don't know when you'll see this, but anyways, yeah, still in stock. But yeah, so I have 2 shades here. I have My Type, and then I have Kiss and Tell. So here's My Type. It's very pink. And who knows, maybe they'll re-release these at some point. I know sometimes they bring stuff back, especially these heart ones since they were so popular. I know they did another launch. I don't know if it was last year, I think. I don't know if they did one this year, but I know they kept coming out with more shades for this Valentine's Day collection because everybody was wanting the packaging mostly, I think, because it is really cute packaging. Oh, I can't get this open. Oh, okay, there we go. And then here's the one that is still currently available on the website. This is Kiss and Tell. It's a nice kind of peachy pink shade. Yeah, I actually, for the most part, I've always been happy with ColourPop's blush formula, the powder ones. I think they have cream blushes as well, but I prefer the powder formula. So those 2. Then I have 2 that I recently got in my BoxyCharm boxes this year, and I really like them. So this is the Shannon B. is the brand. I don't know if it's Shanna B Miami or is it just Shanna B, I don't know. Anyways, this is the cream blush, which is surprising, a cream blush in the shade Rose. I don't know, I really like this. I used this a couple times, and yeah, just like, you know what, I could see myself using this over and over and over again. It's a really nice, pretty shade, went on very easy. So yeah, impressed with that one. And then the last one in this category is Secret Garden by Eloise, and this is the 3D Blush and Glow palette. I really like this. I've used this once, and you may be like, well, you've only used it once. Listen, I usually know if I'm going to like a product just by using it once. And just the way that at first I thought it was going to be too glowy, because I was like, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of those glowy blushes. But it wasn't super glowy, and I just really liked the shade that I mixed these two. I need to use that one. I do want to use that one, but I might be able to use that one if I do lightly. But I don't know. I just really like the formula. I like the shade. And I was thinking as I was using it, I was like, yep, I could see myself reaching for this one over and over again. So that's how I know. That's how I know. All right. Now we're moving on to highlighter. We're almost done. We have about 3 more categories and then we're done. All right. So highlighter was surprisingly more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I think it's also because I have a lot of highlighters that I'm pretty sure are discontinued, and one of them I think is discontinued. I can't tell. I'm not sure. But anyways, it was harder because I think I have a lot of highlighters that have been discontinued, so I didn't want to show some of them. But I have 2 here from Catrice Cosmetics. And this one I know you can still get. It was on their website. This one is the one I'm not sure if you can still get it or not. I didn't see it listed on their website anymore, but I don't know if that maybe some other stores might still have old stock that they're still selling. I don't know. And I thought I saw that you could get it on Amazon or something, so I'm not for sure. But I didn't see it on their website, so that's why I'm thinking it was discontinued, but not positive. So this one is the More Than Glow highlighter. This one is in the shade Supreme Rose Beam. I think Catrice Cosmetics highlighters are underrated. I don't hear many people talk about them. This one is really nice, and yeah, just one of my faves. Anyway, so there's that one. Then we have the Sungasm one. Like I said, it's actually a face and body highlighter. It's in the shade, I don't know what shade it's in. I think it might just have one shade. I don't know if they have multiple shades. But anyways, yeah, really good quality, especially for the price point. Then the other one that I really like, and this is just in general, I really like Ofra's highlighters, but in particular the Rodeo Drive highlighter. Yeah, this is what I have on my face right now. Really good quality. I don't like Ofra a lot when it comes to some of their products. Like, I don't think they do good eyeshadow. I've tried a couple of their eyeshadow palettes, and I'm just not impressed by them. But when it comes to like their highlighters and things, yeah, they know how to do highlighters for sure. I haven't tried many of their bronzers. I have tried one of their blushes, and I do like their blush. So, yeah, when it comes to the face products, they know what they're doing. But yeah, this is my all-time favorite, and one I'll probably keep buying over and over, just because I think it's mostly because it goes really well with my skin tone. And highlighters I have to be picky on because some of them just don't do well with my skin tone. Although it does bring out my texture, but that doesn't really bug me. I have textured skin. That's just how it is. Alright, so moving on to eyeshadow palettes. I only have 3 in this category, which is, I know, kind of, it's a weird thing because I have so many eyeshadow palettes, but I only chose 3, so yeah. So if that says anything. Alright, so I know these palettes are going to be, they're all very neutral palettes, but that's just my preference. I prefer neutral palettes over colorful palettes just because I don't mind doing colorful looks every now and then, but predominantly if I'm going to do a look, it's going to be neutral. So anyway, so I have 3 here. So first one I have here from ColourPop. This is the Bare Necessities palette. And yeah, need I say more? This is just the perfect everyday palette for me. Has everything that I ever want or need. Yeah. And I do really like ColourPop's formula. I thought about putting the Going Coconuts palette, but that one's pretty similar to this one, I feel like. So I didn't think that I needed to have 2 that were pretty similar from the same brand. So there's that one. Then I have this one here from Ciate London. You can still get this. I thought it might be discontinued, but I saw that it's still on their website, so you can still get this. And the reason why, even though this is a neutral one, why I went ahead and included this one, this one has more pinks and purples in it. that I really like, so yeah, that's why I included this one. Even though it, again, is neutral, I really like the pinky tones and the purple tones, and this would just be, yeah, it's one of my faves. If I were to reach for a palette, this would be one of them. That's kind of how I looked at it, is when I was going through each category in my collection, I really was trying to be like, if I can only keep 3, which would be the ones that I'd go for? And this is how that's how I came to this conclusion when I was picking each one. Oh, then I have this one here from Too Faced, which again, I wanted this so bad when I saw it on their website, or maybe it was when I was in Ulta. I don't remember how I first saw it, but I never wanted to pay full price, and then thankfully Ulta had like that 21-day beauty sale thing. I don't even know if they still do that, but they did a couple of years back, and they had this one like half off on a certain day, and I went and picked it up, so yeah. But this is the Born This Way, the Neutrals Nude palette. Super pretty. Just super, I don't know, just looking at it, it's just so pretty. I know, again, another boring neutral palette, but that's what I like, and that's why this video is my current favorite. It's not yours. Not that you guys probably complain about me showing neutral palettes, because for all I know, you might be like me and love a good neutral palette. But yeah, those are the ones that I would definitely, if I had to downsize or anything, these are the ones I'd keep because they're just perfect for what I like. Alright, moving on to lips now. I have quite a few in this category. Like I said, I didn't really hold myself back to only picking 1 or 2. So I'll show you the ones that I'm constantly reaching for. So I don't know, I'm just going to go through. I don't know if I should do liquid first or whatever. I'm just going to start. We'll start with lipsticks. Alright, I have 3 actual lipsticks here. So this one here from Complex Culture is in the shade, I don't know if it's in the shade Pout Clout or if it's Owns It. I don't know which one is the shade because it has like 2 different things. But anyways, this really nice pink shade here. I do really like these kind of like pinky nude shades. That's just what I'm really into right now. So I really like that one. I do really think Complex Culture is a brand that is not talked about enough. They are kind of more the pricier side. They're not super pricey, but they're not cheap either. They're just kind of like in the middle. But every product that I've ever gotten from them and have used has felt like really good quality stuff. So yeah. Then I have here one from NARS that I really like. It's in the shade Chelsea Girls. Again, another kind of a pinky-ish color. This one's a little bit more pinky than the last one I showed you, I think. Yeah, just a nice pinky lipstick. And then this one from Rare Beauty is the one I actually have on my lips right now. And it's actually a dewy lip balm is what they say. It's in the shade Thankful, but I kind of just see it as a lipstick. It's very pigmented, but yeah. So those are the lipsticks that I've really been enjoying. Then we have some liquid lipsticks, and one of these has been discontinued, but I just wanted to share it. Just maybe someone else has this, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's my favorite too." The one that's been discontinued is this one from Profusion Cosmetics. This was their collab that they did with Mean Girls. So I'm really sad. I bought a backup because I knew it was a collab, so I was like, it's gonna be discontinued. Most collabs are. But this is their soft matte lip cream, and I was actually pretty impressed with the formula. I'm curious to see, I think they have other soft matte products on their, lipsticks on their website that I may try it someday when I run out of these maybe. But I don't know, I just really like this shade. It's my perfect nude shade. And like I said, I don't think there's any point in telling you guys the shade because you can't get it anymore. But anyways. Yeah, so I really like this one. Really sad that it's not like a shade that they have on their website all the time. I really wish they would just bring that shade back because it's really my perfect nude. But here's some others that I really enjoy that you can still get. This one is from ColourPop, and it's their Fresh Kiss lip cream. It's in the shade BB Spice. This one's a nice nude as well. Then I have this one here from Ace Beauté, which is a bit more of a paler nude. I would say it's more of a brown nude than a pinky nude. This is in the shade Manifest. I do like this one as well. And then this other one that I've been really enjoying wearing is this one from Tarte, and this is their, I'm gonna mess that up, but it's a Juicy Lip, but it's a Maracuja? I don't know. I'm saying it wrong, I know I am. Maybe you guys can read that. But anyways, this one is a really comfortable lip balm thing. I wouldn't call it a liquid like lip because it doesn't dry. I mean, it's liquidy. Not really. It's actually it's kind of a stick thing that you have to push up, but it doesn't dry down, so that's why I wouldn't consider it to be a liquid. I guess it's a lipstick if you want to call it that, but it's a weird mixture of a lipstick, so it's really glossy. So it's a mixture between a lipstick and a gloss. That's the best way I can describe it. It's in the shade Rose, by the way. Anyways, those are my favorites. I know I have like a nude, pinky nude, but like I said, it's what I like wearing, you know? Alright. Last category is kind of just honorable mentions or something like that. Like they're face palettes, so they don't really go with any of these. But yeah, I'll just mention them to you because these are, when it goes to my face palettes, these are ones that I gravitate to. Again, some of these are discontinued, but the shades in them, I'll point out which ones are my favorite and the ones that you can still get. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to include them, because there are shades in there. Although you can't get the exact palette anymore, the shades are the ones that are the important part. Alright, these two you can still get. They're Complex Culture. They're still on their website, so you can still get these. But these are, this one is their Overtime Contour and Blush Duo. It's a blush and a bronzer. I really do like, the bronzer works really well, and I really do like the blush. So, I really like that one. Then they have this one here, and this is In the Moment, and this is their Baked Highlighter and their Bronzer Quad. Again, I really like, I don't know, their packaging is just super nice and well-made feeling, and then the quality of the product and the formula is really good. I really like their highlighter. It's very beaming, and then the bronzer works really well. So those I really like. Okay, these next one from Benefit, these are the ones that are like, you can't buy these exact palettes anymore, but the shades in here, most of them you can still get. So the one that I really wanted to mention was the bronzer. The Hoola bronzer is another product that I was thinking was overhyped. You know, it's people just saying, oh, Benefit has wonderful products just to get you to buy them, but then they're not really that great. The Hoola bronzer, I will say, is a product that is worth the hype. So I really like that, and plus it smells really good. But the blushes, I really liked. All these blushes just work really well. One of them is unfortunately been discontinued, and that's Rocketeer over here, but these two over here, the Dandelion and the California, you can still get them individually. I can't say that word. And you can still get the Hoola, obviously, as well. So, yeah, these three you can still get. And yeah, I really like Dandelion's pretty good. California is kind of like more of a darker pink, but it does have like a little bit of shimmer, but not too bad. But yeah, I just mix them. That's how I do it. Alright, and for the other palette, this one's bigger. Really the one I want to talk about the most is Cookie, the highlighter. It has Hoola in there as well. And then it has these other ones that I don't really use. It's mostly the Cookie that is worth mentioning. Cookie is a really pretty highlighter. And if you like those beaming highlighters, Cookie is worth the hype that it gets. And it's a reason why it's probably, I think it's, well, don't quote me on this because I'm not for sure, but I would assume that Cookie and Hoola are probably their best sellers because they are really good products. But there you go, guys. These are my current favorite products. I know this video is probably a bit long, but I did want to just, like I said, I didn't want to limit myself to only picking one product in each category. That's why I just kind of went all out and just showed you guys basically all the products that I've really been enjoying. But yeah, that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because that really does help my channel. And also let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of my current favorites. Do you own any of these products, or are any of these your current favorites? Let me know down below because I love chatting with you guys down there. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!